this side. Welcome you on my YouTube channel Yoga Niyam. So today I'm gonna talk about pranayam injuries. So I think this is a new word for you all. Everyone knows what is the meaning of pranayam and the injury. Both are different. But when we practice wrong pranayam, there are many chances that you will get injured. Injured internally means your prana get disbalanced. As we all know, we practice pranayam to balance the energy of the body, to balance the prana in the entire body, to channelize the energy of the body. But if you are practicing from long time with the wrong technique of pranayama, there are definitely you will get injured from inside. Means your all the energy get disbalanced. So what practices, how we should practice? Let's start with this. Now, first we will talk about the minus points of pranayam and which kind of mistakes people actually they do. Now, first mistake, when you are completely beginner, you are going to any studio or to learn the pranayam practices, do not do the kumbhak. First prepare your body, your lungs to become activate, to become capable to hold the breath, to apply the kumbhak means to retain the breath. When we go to any studios, might be the other students they are practicing from long time or teacher has really good experience to teach the pranayam. But remember, you are the completely beginner and you never practiced pranayam before and you are going to practice directly advanced or intermediate pranayama. That is completely wrong. So start with the asana practice first. Prepare your body for the pranayam practice. As sage Patanjali said, yam niyam. After that, asana and the pranayam. So pranayam is a param tapaha. Param tapa because it's produce lots of heat, and to become capable to hold that heat into your body, we need to prepare the body nicely. So always remember, first start with the small practices, asana practices. After that, start some drills of the pranayam, like breathing practices, normal breathing by inhale, hands up, exhale, hands down, twist in, inhale, learn the movements with the breath first. After that, start with the small practices, like hold your breath for few seconds, let's say for 10 seconds or 20 seconds without Rechake Kumbhak continuously 100 times. Then start holding your breath for 24 seconds, again for 100 rounds. So this is how we prepare our lungs capacity. We increase our lung capacity with the daily practice. And after that, go on to start with the practice of pranayama. Second mistake, and it is very dangerous as well. When the people they apply the kumbhak, means the holding of the breath, retention, that time people they don't practice Jalandhar Bandha. Now what happens if we don't apply the Jalandhar Bandha, and what is the common criteria? I feel observe this thing. So when we are holding the breath with the kumbhak like this, or if we are applying the wrong Jalandhar Bandha, just by bending the neck without closing the nostril walls, if we don't apply, so because we are holding the breath, body will keep generating the carbon dioxide inside the body, and there are other gases as well, and it will come up nice from here. It will enter in your sinuses if you are not applying the good Jalandhar Bandha, if you are not applying Jalandhar Bandha at all in the both situation. So it will enter in your sinuses, it will give the force on your nostril walls, okay, and if the breath will not get the way to go out, after that at the end what happened, it will go to your ears here, and it will be really bad for your ear membranes and the muscles, and later on you will get earache. So that's why do not practice pranayam, especially the kumbhak, means the holding of the breath. I'm repeating again without the Jalandhar Bandha. So learn how to practice Jalandhar Bandha first. After that, practice kumbhak nicely. Another thing, when people they try to forcefully apply the kumbhak, what happens? If you are completely beginner, the mind is not prepared for that advanced practice for the kumbhak, because kumbhak is also advanced. So what happens when we are trying to do the kumbhak or holding the breath for longer duration, is activate the fear center. As we know, pranayam calm our mind, but if you're completely beginner in the field of pranayama, so in the beginning it can activate the fear center in your body, might be at that night you will get some kind of dreams. While walking you get different kind of sixth sense that this gonna happen, or the phobia we can say it can generate. So in the beginning also can be activate the fear center as well. Now next is when we are holding the breath for forcefully, is also not good for the body, because the lungs is our lungs are not prepared for that, because we are holding and it's giving the pressure on all the alveoli. Start slowly by slowly. I'm not saying to don't hold the breath, but start the kumbhak later on. First learn the basic techniques of pranayama. Start with the very gentle beginner practices. Less, for the example, 1:1 ratio means first inhale and exhale for the same count. Suppose inhalation count is 3, so exhalation count also should be 3 with the same speed. Okay, to learn how to practice Alom Vilom Pranayam, you can watch my another video, and that I have already explained about Alom Vilom, how to practice all the thing, and the Kapalbhati as well. Now if I talk about the Kapalbhati, if we are practicing Kapalbhati with the hunchy back, so there are many chances that you will get backache. If you are doing the practice of Kapalbhati, you are checking your belly by bending your neck like this. So many people they actually does that. So don't practice like that. If you will bend the neck, you will get the neck pain. And if you are beginner, those who start the Kapalbhati in the beginning, practice with a very mild and light stroke. I visit many studios in Delhi, in all over the world as well. So many studios or the instructors, they give the wrong commands in that, okay, practice Kapalbhati until you don't feel the pain in your stomach region. So don't do that. Okay, this is Rajohanti, is release all the pain, all the sorrow from the body for the life. So don't create the pain. Remember this thing. Okay, so practice Kapalbhati in a very gentle way. It's also happened when we practice Kapalbhati in the beginning, we get the I think the throat pain. Okay, so and sometimes we feel the dryness while practicing Kapalbhati and while practicing Ujjayi Pranayam. So in that time also, it's also you can just drink 1 or 2 spoon of water only while practicing pranayama. But later on, try to avoid drinking of the water during the practice of pranayama, because your body get prepared for that. In the beginning, because the body is not ready, that's why we feel dryness in the throat region. And yes, one more thing, when we practice Kapalbhati and the Ujjayi, because again our body is not ready for that thing, for advanced practices. Kapalbhati is a cleansing process, but when we are practicing Kapalbhati, the touch of the air is always touch here, okay, on the throat, in the throat, again and again, again and again, again and again. What happened? Because the body is not ready, sometimes we feel cold and cough after the practice of Kapalbhati. This happens. Basically, Kapalbhati increase lots of heat in the body, is calm our mind, is wonderful for cold and cough problem, but later on. But in the beginning, sometimes it's happened that we get the cold and cough while practicing Kapalbhati, especially in the time of winters now. Now in Delhi, this time the weather is changing. Now winter is here. I'm wearing the full sleeve now. So that time also is happened. So do not practice just early morning completely while opening if you are not ready for that. Practice first for a few days in the studio room or in your home nicely. After that, when your lungs get ready for prepare for this practice, then you can go and practice outside as well. So remember all these things while practicing pranayam, and your spine should be completely straight. During the Kapalbhati also, do not bend or make any hunch in your back, because what happen is give the extra pressure on the abdominal muscles, and might be you will feel the stomach pain here or the abdominal pain on your abdominal muscles as well. So while practicing all the pranayama, you need to learn how to practice. So all the practice, first thing, practice while sitting completely straight, not with the hunchy back. First point. Okay, so your head, neck and spine should be completely straight. Sabam kaya siryo girva dharan chalam sthiram. So it should be completely straight as is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Then learn the correct technique and the pre-practices. When I make the asan videos, then I always give pre-practices. How to you can prepare your body, your mind for that advanced and the final position. Same while practicing pranayam, you should know all the pre-practices So I will also give you all the techniques, whatever you need. Just write me down. If you like this video, please ask me any question, and we are giving the free consultations as well. So if you want to ask something, be open. It's okay if you have any kind of problem. If you are beginner, it's okay to ask the question. Until you will not ask, how you will get the solution? So please ask whatever the question you have. Write us. Our numbers are mentioned everywhere. You can just send us message on WhatsApp, and we will be handle you personally. You can call us directly, no problem at all. So in this video, only these things. So remember, avoid all the mistakes of the pranayama while practicing, and I hope you will get to improve your lung capacity, and you get all the benefit of the pranayama. Thank you so much. Namaste.